Tension between Argentina and Britain is simmering over the UK-occupied Malvinas Islands. In her first speech after a medical surgery, Argentine President Cristina the Kirchner slammed at the British Prime Minister's recent remarks on the islands. David Cameron accused Argentina of developing a colonialist approach toward the disputed territory. But Buenos Aires says the islands are part of Argentina and that it's Britain that has colonial aspirations.
I heard that they were calling us, the Argentines, colonialists. The truth is that one always is tempted to respond, but I believe that it's necessary to avoid it. One says such things when one has no reasons nor arguments. They're pillaging our natural resources, our oil, our fishing.
Strong words from Argentine President Fernandez in her first appearance since undergoing a medical surgery to remove a tumor. Her remarks directly targeted British Prime Minister David Cameron's ironic speech at the House of Commons, in which he described the Buenos Aires claim on the islands as colonialist.
I'm determined we should make sure that our defences and everything else is in order, which is why the National Security Council discussed this issue yesterday. But the key point is we support the Falkland Islanders' right to self-determination. And what the Argentinians have been saying recently, I would argue, is actually far more like colonialism, because these people want to remain British and the Argentinians want them to do something else.
The remarks sparked angry reaction from Argentinians who staged a protest outside the British embassy in Buenos Aires and burned Britain's flag.
The statements by Prime Minister Cameron are scandalous, because if there's a colonial country in the world, it's Great Britain. In the 21st century, there are 16 colonies in the world, and 11 of them belong to Great Britain.
Britain occupied the Malvinas in 1833 and has since kept a tight hold on its some 3,000 islands. Argentina launched a military offensive to retake the territory in 1982. However, British imperialism, helped by the US military, defeated the Argentine effort. Some analysts believe London is trying to rewrite history by accusing Buenos Aires of colonialism. Britain invaded the Argentine-owned South Atlantic Islands in 1892 and declared it as part of its empire.
I'm just astounded that David Cameron could have the gall to call Argentines colonialists, with these islands barely 300 kilometers off their coast, and Britain being 12,000 miles away from these islands.
Now, as the 30th anniversary of Argentina-Britain's 74-day war approaches, London is again talking of brute force to keep the islands, a claim that appears to be a bluff for all intents and purposes, as Britain reels under a recession with its military overstretched and ill-equipped after two major disadventures in Iraq and Afghanistan.